Hi everyone, this is Zaptrocity. Today I'm going to bring you guys a tutorial on my automatic selectable brewing room. Now, there might be a few errors in the tutorial, so just bear with me. They'll get fixed near the end. But, yeah, this is it. If you haven't seen the video of the original selectable brewing room, then I suggest checking it out. I'll have a link down below in the description. So, anyways, let's get right into the tutorial. Alright, to build your very own automatic selectable brewing stand, you're going to need the following things in this chest right now. Now, you're going to need some of this stuff, and a block of your choice, some slabs for some of the redstone mechanisms, one detector rail, and some rails to get your minecart chest to and from. You are also going to need a minecart chest to transfer your potions. And here, this is the materials you'll need if you want to add an extra ingredient. You can see right there, hoppers do get a little expensive as they do require iron, so I suggest saving up before starting this project. Alright, so let's begin this tutorial. Okay, first of all, you want to find a good location for your brewing room. Now, I've just chosen up here in the sky because it will be easier for me to show you the underground parts. So, first off, we want to put a layer of blocks like so. We want to have it go 8 blocks out, so 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and I'll just make a floor for that. And for 6 of those, we're going to have buttons, 3, 4, 5, 6, leaving out the corners. And we want to do the same on the other side here, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll put in my floor. Now we can put our buttons along there like so, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Now under each of these buttons, we want to place a redstone dust. So you can see right here, there's a button right there, so we want to place a redstone right underneath. And we want to do this for every single button. There we go, and I'm just going to cover that up for now so we don't have to have a look at that wiring. Cool. Now behind these buttons, we're going to have dispensers. These are going to dispense out your items. Now, since I'm running on the snapshot 13W02A, dispensers look like furnaces, but they are actually dispensers, so don't worry. There you go. Now when you push a button, it should fire the dispenser and activate the redstone line below. Cool. If more ingredients do come out, you can extend this out. You're probably going to need to leave a gap though, and extend it out as far as you wish. It is going to make it more difficult for returning the potions and things like that. Cool. Okay, next up we want to put hoppers on each of your ingredient dispensers, like so. If you have less ingredients, like for instance some of these aren't actually necessary because of how there aren't that many ingredients yet, so you don't have to have some of these already. But I've got this laid out just in case. Now on top of these we want to place chests, and then next to them trap chests, and alternate like so. So this is going to be your storage place where you can store all your potions, ingredients for your potions, and they can go straight through the hopper. You don't actually need the chests because you can actually place things directly into the hopper. So you want to do this for each of your hoppers. And there you have it. Alrighty, from there you want to skip this block here, and we're going to place our next dispensers. These are going to be for our extra gunpowder, fermented spider eyes, glowstone, redstone. So we want to place our dispenser and go 1 block down, and we want to have 4 of those. And above that we're going to have our hoppers, and then we want to place down our chests. Cool. Now we can actually start framing things around. Probably going to need some slabs and things like that, slabs and stairs. And we can start placing those behind here. Oops. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the part where I told you everything you need, but you will need extra hopper chests and things like that for the nether wart. So I'm going to try and do a little nether wart thingy right here. No, I don't like that. Cool. From there, let's start putting in our water. So on the same layer the redstone is, we're going to have our water. So we want to build a little canal. Now down here, we can actually turn that into ice. And we can actually get us some water as well. And right there, we're going to have some ice. This is going to speed up the process for the items to get to the other end. We have water along there. This will come along here into this. Alright, so I've done this out. It actually goes down a block here, and here is going to be our hopper. We're going to place a hopper right there. We want to have a block underneath and place the hopper on top of that block. There we go, so that faces downwards. Everything's going to fall into the center right here. Put our water right there, so everything's going to get flown into here. Now over here, our dispensers for these items are actually on regular blocks, so it takes time for it to reach the hopper, so everything doesn't get placed into the wrong order. So we actually have a sign there, and have water there, and then put our next lot of water right there. And then our other water goes right there. Everything should flow right nicely to that hopper right there. Okay, from that, we want to place 4 levers like so. These are going to be for our extra buffs and effects to the potions. These are going to link up to these dispensers right there. Now we link these up by putting a sticky piston behind each of those levers. So if I did that correctly, no. There we go. It should be in line. There we go. So sticky pistons behind, then a block, and that's going to go into our redstone. Alright, first off, to wire this, we want to have a repeater just below the levers. This will go into this block when a lever is activated. So you can see right there, that will allow power through. Now we want to do this for all the sticky pistons. And we want to place redstone behind them all, like so. And let's wire up the first one. We want to wire up this dispenser right there. So we're going to take that power, and it's going to run right into here, like so, with a repeater there and redstone dust. Repeater is only there to for the timing. We probably can just do that. That's probably easier. And it will save 1 extra repeater. The next one's also fairly simple. We get to the signal from here, and we get transferred down into this redstone dust, which will then go into this redstone torch, which is going to lead up right to the second one right here. So, kind of redstone torch, and bam, like so. Alrighty, well, also while making this, I forgot to mention that some of the redstone may change based on your creation and this tutorial's, because I am constantly changing it as this tutorial progresses. So anyways, back to the tutorial. This one is very simple. We want to wire it up like so, by getting blocks up like that. And we want to get our redstone dust to transfer the signal through, our repeater, so that this doesn't interfere. And we want to wire that all the way up. Now, we just want to make sure that we block off any extra lines that we don't need. We're also going to block that off because the fourth one here is possibly going to interfere with this line right here. Alright, the last one's very simple as well. We want to take down the signal just like we did for this one, place a redstone torch right there, and we want to get that signal to come along right through there up into another torch. So you can wire that like so. Bam. There. Simple. Done. And now when you flip the levers, they should activate. Cool. Alrighty, next up, we can't forget the glass bottles. So right here, this is where I put my glass bottles by having our 3 chests there. Now, it doesn't look so symmetrical, so what I do is for extra storage space and to make it symmetrical, I put in some extra chests right there. Cool. Now underneath these 3 ones right there, we are actually going to put hoppers. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to go into a dispenser for each of them, and that's going to go into a little water canal, which is going to go into a hopper that's going to connect up to right there. There's an extra ice right there, and this connects up to the brewing stand, which should be there. And there we go. Now we can just fill in the edges like so. And we can place down our water like that. Now powering these is pretty simple. All we do is put a repeater there. That should power this block here and the 2 at the side. And we connect that up by just simply getting a repeater from the signal from our button and getting the signal from here. And that goes down, and we connect that all up. Now from there we can actually use this redstone wire and connect it up right there to our little input. Now it's time to place the most important piece of our puzzle. Our brewing stand goes right there, as everything connects up right and nicely to it. Now underneath that we're going to place 2 hoppers. This is going to go into our rail system that's going to collect everything up. Now from here, this is the complicated part. We're going to place a comparator coming out there. No, comparator coming out of here, this one here, and we're going to have a comparator coming out of there. Now we're going to place a sticky piston right there, and that's going to hold our redstone block. That is then going to power 2 redstone dust pieces right there. I'm going to have a 3rd one right there as well. Now this comparator will go into a block like so, and it's going to connect up to a repeater going into a block like that. Now here we're going to power this comparator by powering this block here and connecting it up. So we need a lever. Cool. That should power the comparator. And if you missed out anything, here's a little quick overview, and make sure to go back to the video to check on it. And moving on from there. Okay, let's finish this off. Now we want to get a redstone dust piece right there, then a slab going up into a block, and that's going to have a redstone torch. Now right here we're going to have another redstone torch, and bam, let's just turn that off. There we go. That's the full wiring of the brewing system complete. Now if you thought all the redstone wiring is complete, think again. We need to start wiring up the actual minecart chest. So we'll have a minecart chest like so, and that's going to be powered. Now we want to power this block through redstone dust. We can go worry about that part later. First of all, we want to get this hopper and get a final comparator from it, and that's going to send a signal downwards into here. So if there's anything in the hopper, it will activate the comparator, and it will come down here. Now this right here is an 8-tick delay, so that everything can get in to the minecart chest, and then it will power the minecart here. Now from here, all you need to do is simply set up the track and allow it to come to our location where we want everything to come. Alright, so I've set up a little track here. We're going to set up the track for it. Cool. It's going to go upwards, around. Now here is the part where we're going to have it automatically sent back. So on top of the hopper, we're going to have a powered rail, then a rail, then another powered rail, then a detector rail right there. So, from this detector rail, we're going to put a redstone dust. It's going to power this redstone torch. It's going to power this. And it's going to power these two repeaters going into the block. And there you have it. Now from there, we just need to send power to these following ones like so. There we go. And finally power that. Awesome. Now we can just cover all the bits and bobs up. Now behind the hoppers and chests, you can do that all for yourself. And finally, we can put in our item frames. You can even put in signs if you wish. There you go. And there you have it. Oh, one small tiny bug that I found. We forgot to wire up our nether wart dispenser, and it actually has to be one block lower. So we have a hopper going to our dispenser like so, and that will be powered with the block like that. So that should complete it. Nether wart should be in there. And awesome. I also forgot to mention these ones right here. Sometimes these hoppers like to be a little bit of a nuisance and won't pick up things if there's a block in it. For instance, if we take away the block, there we go, it's gone. So yeah. And also, make sure to check here. For instance, the minecart can't go through because of this block right there. So yeah, just make sure everything's fine. You're going to have to do a bit of testing to make sure your one doesn't end up like mine. That can be easily fixed though. There we go. Bam, fixed. Cool. Okay, so a few more things I've done is I've added a repeater here. Now, just because the minecart chest was a little too fast for it, so I added another repeater there with some extra delay. Maybe just full delay will be good enough. And yeah, so if you have any problems, add a repeater there. Seems to be working fine. And over here I've got some walls, which are highly recommended so your things don't go flying out. And yes, that should be about it for today. If you do have any bugs or problems, please do tell me. And that sums up everything. So, I'll see you guys next time.